Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to another high-level best of 3 on the new maps, on the new patch. Today we have Reynor here in the bottom right playing for KZ Gaming, and in the top left playing for Team Mouse, it is HeroMarine. Series recently got played in an ESL Open Cup, and I thought why not go over it real fast, because it seemed like an interesting matchup. Reynor possibly the best Zerg in Europe, perhaps even the world right now after winning the most recent Home Story Cup 22, and HeroMarine always a player that is extremely dangerous. A lot of people will say that Clam is better in the Terran versus Zerg matchup, but I think HeroMarine is definitely a contender for that best European Terran a lot of the time. When he's in shape, he looks extremely good, and I think he's been in shape as of late. So let's head over and see what's actually going on in this game. So we have a quick Overlord Scout coming out of Reynor, not scouting around the base. I mean, against HeroMarine, I find that completely fair. HeroMarine is not a player that likes to open up with a proxy 2 Rex, proxy 3 Rex, or a proxy 4 Rex. Which is not much of a proxyer, honestly. At least not in this matchup. TVP, he doesn't mind throwing down a proxy Rex on your side of the map, but that's a story for another time. We do see that SCV Scout coming out as HeroMarine wants to play it just a little bit safer. And we have a hatchery coming down at a very high pace here for Reynor. Hatchery first, into a pool and a gas. So the most standard opener here for pretty much both players, I would say. And the only thing lacking here for HeroMarine is that the confirmation that we're going to get that fast triple CC as well. That truly would make this world's most standard build in the entire world. Or at most standard game in the entire world. Now, we're here on Grassland, which is one of the new maps. It's an interesting one. Let's first take a look at this Reaper, and then we can take a look at how interesting Grassland is with the map. Oh, drone in a little bit of trouble. It's not going to get taken out, neither will any of these links. I don't think so, at least. Knowing Reynor and how he controls things. Oh, drone in trouble. No, it won't be. The first tumor most likely is going to get thrown down. No second gas yet, which means it is indeed going to be the triple CC, and we see it go down in the main base here for HeroMarine. Now, this map is interesting. You have some weird bases where it doesn't feel entirely clear at times what your fourth base is supposed to be. I feel like Terran would take this as their fourth, but there are ramps nearby, which is always frustrating to deal with. Things like lurkers can go there. You have good rotations as the Zerg, especially the moment these rocks get taken out. So not a very good defensive map. And if we start looking at fifth bases, I mean, this is a very uncomfortable fifth base for a Terran player. This is a very uncomfortable fifth base for a Terran player. I'm really curious how HeroMarine is going to do this on his side of the map. I'm also curious how Reynor is going to do it. I think Zerg players want to expand downwards to kind of cut off any ability to drop in the main base. It's just interesting to think about. It really is. There's a couple of ramps, and of course with the rocks there's some potential for good tank locations. But I don't think it's actually going to be the end of the world here for Zerg. It feels like an okay Zerg map. In the current map pool, or the map pool that is coming up, I think this is actually, it's fine for Zerg. It's not great compared to the other maps. Now, here come two Hellions and a Reaper moving in right now. Liberator also on the way. And we see Stim, probably about to start. Yep, there we go. 90-ish seconds or so away from finishing. This is not necessarily a greedy build, but it is a build that isn't super safe. It doesn't have the Banshees. It does have quite some aggression in it. You get a lot of Hellions. But you also still have a pretty fast follow-up because it's only a single starport unit, which always feels really good for Terran players. That single starport unit type of build order allows you to get the quick stim, allows you to get the quick combat shield as well. Ooh, it's going to be 10 cars here. Look at that. HeroMarine ain't stopping right now. Might even go up to 12. If we take a look at that barracks timing, that would be kind of sick. Getting a lot of these. There's 9 queens out already for Reynor. That means he can split them up 3-3. And that's indeed what he's doing here. 3-3 queen split. Red is pushing forward at a very rapid pace. Where's that first lip? Okay. Liberator's in the main base. Is going to get probably killed here by the queen spore combination. And I don't think this lip is going to achieve anything in its life. As it gets pushed back, now there is 9. Wait, did one car die? Or yeah, one car ended up dying. It was going to be 10 cars. We have barracks 4 and 5 already on the way as 1-1 has started here for HeroMarine. And we haven't seen a lot of action yet out of these players. The only action we have seen is this Liberator dying, and we missed the Hellion. So, yeah, it's been a very calm game so far. Double Evo Chambers coming out of Reynor as well. So rushing into upgrades, delaying his lair. Uh-oh, here come the cars, here come the cars. Reynor not ready for this at all. Oi, 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 oi. The Italian Stallion completely got out of position here. He's gonna lose a lot of his links, and I think these cars are just absolutely gonna destroy this main base. Good split, very quick split as well. Look at that. Wow. None of these drones really capable of being taken out. Evo block is a possibility. Reynor not gonna go for it. Did have the money for it, but decided not to. There's more links in production. These drones managed to escape, actually. Wow. Freaking escape artist over there. 17 drones still stay alive. It's still going to be 67 workers against 60, but there is a follow-up double drop already heading towards that bottom side fort base. So it is true that the 12 o'clock is the Zerg's base of choice, but I'm not so sure if it's going to stay up here because HeroMarine is already en route to it. Actually, it's going to drop in the main base, I guess. He's just straight up boosting through. That is a scary prospect here for Reynor if he's not in position. There's only 16 links. Queens are not going to be in the main base either. 16 links need to be there. Oh, 4 queens move in. And Spore there as well. I actually think this is going to be completely fine. What a catch here out of Reynor is going to fight this. Well, I say that it's a catch, but I guess 16 links not good enough against 16 Marines. Even if you catch them as they're dropping. 1-1 hadn't finished yet for Reynor. Drones get to evacuate for a little bit, and I think one medevac will end up dying here to the Spore. Yep, there we go. Gets blasted by that Spore. We have a Baling Nest on the way. We should see, I think, a Hydra then at some point in the near future as well, as HeroMarine is continuing to put on the pressure here. This Queen in a bit of trouble, is not quite dying yet. Has a lot of transfused energy available, so it's important it stays alive. Oh, beautiful little move there with the Spore. Probably wants to finish that just to get these mines down anyway. It's either that or an overseer, and I think this is a completely fine call here. Tree spread looking very spicy here for Reynor on the top side of the map. Bottom side actually a little bit barren of creep right now. This is more of a Terran attack path. Look at this. This ramp is so difficult for Zergs to deal with because there could be mines on top. If you put tanks up there, that also will be really difficult. Here come the Marines once more. 3 queens get taken out for free. 4th queen goes down as well. As, oh my god, the mines with the big hits. 12, 13 drones go down. I think this might actually be it. Reynor at 100 supply against 136 of HeroMarine. Oi, 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 oi. Complete destruction over here. Complete destruction. The young Italian gets dismantled by the superior German terrors here. Fantastic stuff. Completely not ready for it, and this might actually be a pretty decent map for them. I hadn't thought about how this ramp would function with mines on top of it. That is so cool. Now, it seems like HeroMarine wants to attack in the same direction. Is this still building? Why does this SCV look like it's idling? Is there something wrong with the animation of this SCV? The actual game is over, but this SCV now has my full attention. Look, he's just standing there. Just like your average office worker, just moving around pretending to work. It looks like there's progress as well on the CC, so this makes absolutely no sense. This game is legitimately up. I'm not sure why Reynor is still in. It's 45 Marines against 22 links, 44 drones against 70 SCVs. Like, the game is actually over. I don't even see a reasonable scenario in which HeroMarine can throw this. Like, he would need to throw away 2 armies into like 4 banelings, and then still he'd be ahead, honestly. Because Reynor wouldn't be capable of killing, and there's just superior economy here for the German Terran. So, yeah, I don't know. This is just an unrealistic scenario for Reynor to expect to come back into. He did try to go into those speedy Hydras, of course, but hasn't even researched any of the upgrades yet. Didn't quite get there. And he's going to regret that. 2-2 finishes up for HeroMarine, and that means that, well, I think he could be fighting this with 0-0 and be having a blast. It literally doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. There we go, Marines moving in, Hydra's dying, Queen's trying to refuse. GG gets called here as Reynor forced to tap out, and HeroMarine takes game number 1. Next map here is going to be a Royal Blood. Royal Blood's an interesting one. This is the map with the carpets at the bases. I'm not sure why they put it here, but I like the look of it. I like the look of the carpet. Just have it underneath the base. The problem with Zerg is that no matter what you do with a map, the creep always ruins it. Like, yeah, the carpets are still here, but the beautiful tile set that the map maker has hand-picked for this map. You know, it's like little details like this, and you get your money doodads and your other weird-looking floor as well. All of that's going to be covered in creep in no time, and it pisses me off. There's a map maker that, you know, thought about the aesthetics of this map just for these idiotic Zerg players to ruin it with their fast creep spread. I think that is the real crime here. The real crime against the map maker that no one ever discusses. And I'm here for it, okay? I'm here to talk about it. If you're a map maker and creep annoys you too, be sure to tell me all about it. Send me a long email, perhaps. Just in general, send me emails. I always read them. Well, that's not true. I read them most of the time. Triple hatch coming out of Reynor here. Triple CC coming out of HeroMarine. So it's going to be a pretty similar build order as to last game. As once again, he's not opting for that starport, but you're straight up rushing into the Hellions. Now, he's still going to get a starport, don't get me wrong, but if you want to play Banshee, for example, no, it's not going to be starport. It's actually going to... Oh, wow. I think this is either 4 or 6 car. I don't actually know the exact timing on this. This feels like a 6 Hellion opener here out of HeroMarine. I think that might be what this is, but I could be completely incorrect. We see the 3rd and the 4th Hellion will start pretty soon from now. So that is at least somewhat exciting. Second barracks is about to finish up. And then they should swap. Yeah, okay, it's just going to be 4 Hellions. These bad boys swap. And then we'll see a starport being built. This is practically a 2-on-1, but just with 4 Hellions and a 3rd TC. So it's a very different build, but also very similar in how Zerg wants to respond to it. They want to be getting a lot of queens. They want to delay their link production for quite a while. You need some links to deal with 4 Hellions, of course, but you don't need too many. You definitely don't need too many. And here we go. First creep tumor is going to get taken out. Good move there out of HeroMarine. Another creep tumor is going to be sent forward as... yeah, Reynor struggling to get that creep across right now. Has already lost 1 tumor, and I think HeroMarine definitely is eyeing a couple more. 3rd gas coming in, and that's of course a good call. You definitely need some good gas in order to afford all the crap you need as a Terran, whether that's going to be your upgrade, your medevacs, or even siege tanks in the near future, now that that factory is going to be, well, single and ready to mingle again. Without a tech lab, you know, you can make some life decisions right now. Do I want a tech lab? Do I want to react there? What do I want? Maybe I just want to stay alone for a little bit, you know, and explore my options. No, reactor. I was gonna go for that, either the mine or the Hellion production. Most likely going to be mine. We have seen some Hellbat stuff in the past, but HeroMarine doesn't strike me as a Hellbatter. He strikes me more as a solid mine man. I mean, it worked well for him last game, so why not, right? I think Reynor actually built his links a little bit too fast here. Just a little bit too quick. He has a lot of links. Not entirely necessary. Not entirely necessary at all. Definitely think he could have gone up to like 58, 59 workers. Instead we're seeing the drones being produced now. Maybe even go higher to like 62, 63, 64, 65. Dare I say 66? No, that is ridiculous. 66 is actually ridiculous. Well, technically, we can look at what drone count he gets to. And then we can see how high he could have gone. He actually could have gone to 67. And the links would have still been in time. That's pretty crazy. What? What did that tumor do to you? Hello? That's not okay. I do not approve of that move. That's for sure. Holy crap. There you are just being a tumor one day and you get blasted by all your own mates. That's really not okay. It's like if you go to a slumber party and you're the first one to fall asleep, and rather than just putting like shaving cream in your hand and then waking you up, they actually steal all your clothes and kick you out of the house. It's like, well, that's a bit much, isn't it? It's not much of a prank anymore. The guys, let me back in. No. Now they have your Gucci clothes. And why would you buy Gucci clothes in the first place? You're asking for them to be stolen at a slumber party. That's the only reason you got invited to the slumber party. Figure out how your real friends are. Because real friends don't steal your Gucci clothes. That's a fact. I've never had a real friend that was like, hey, let me take a look at those Gucci clothes, and then walked away with them. I also never had a Terran absolutely blasted by a Ling run by like this. This doesn't look very good anymore for HeroMarine. Doesn't have enough Marines to defend this, and That means that SCVs need to fight. Didn't even, didn't mineral walk through it, which means there's not enough, what do you call it? Not enough area to attack these Zerglings on. Like, you need to mineral walk through them, and then you A move. That way all of your SCVs are attacking. Now the SCVs weren't attacking. No target fire on these Banelings. Tried to snipe one, didn't quite work out. It is still 120 supply against 125, but yeah, I mean, Reynor's just in a really good spot right now. He's lacking the creep on that right side, though. Fourth base, once again, a little bit vulnerable when it comes to that. It is 69 army supply against 48. We have another run by being set up here for Reynor. This Overlord's going to get blasted as well. Here come the Banes. We have, I hope, centrifugal hooks already. I haven't actually quite paid attention to that. Yeah, we do. We have centrifugal hooks. 1-1 finishing up as well. And here comes HeroMarine. Has one shot, one opportunity to take out the Reynor of this game here on Royal Blood. And I honestly am not really feeling it. This Baneling run by should do a lot. Could also come back home to actually help out with this push. But no, Reynor believes that he has enough there and is going to send in all these Banelings. Marines not being controlled in time. SCVs will get blasted here as well. Not great splits out of HeroMarine. 140 supply against 155. That means that Reynor only needs to hold this push right now and the game will officially end. Mines are not going to connect properly, and yeah, this is absolutely over right now. Hydras are out. We're seeing, look at that, the muscular augments, the new speedy Hydras. We might get to see them if Reynor decides to attack, of course, but I don't think that HeroMarine is ever going to give him the opportunity. I think HeroMarine will kill himself onto creep into Banelings in the next few moments. He is just extremely all in. He has +2 on the way, which is nice, of course. Oh, here come more Banes. Where did those bad boys come from? Oh my god. What is the actual worker killed? 38 workers killed here in this game, and a lot of that didn't feel entirely necessary, but it happened. And that's like, look how fast they are. Holy crap. Oh man, they're quick. Put in their running shoes. That's gonna be it. GG gets called. Reynor wins game number 2. We'll be heading into the final game of this best of 3. Game number 3 here is going to be played on Babylon. Oh, look at that. Is there any rivers here? The rivers of Babylon? That seems to be the case. Oh, look at this. We do have these guys, of course. The dancing panda tribe. Not quite sure what they're there for, but they're just dancing around the campfire. Is that the body of a burning marine? What? And this is the top part of his body. That is this is a marine helmet, isn't it? This is very dark. I thought they were cute pandas. They're not cute pandas at all. These are very mean pandas. There's also a panda over here. There's a lot of pandas here. This guy also, look at this. They're all just burning marines. That's really not okay. I wish I never knew that. And now you guys share this terrible secret with me. I'm sorry. I wasn't aware of this. It happens to the best. Sometimes you figure something out and you can't go back anymore, you know? And life takes you by surprise. You just have to accept it. I feel like Reynor will need to accept the beating of this Reaper that he's about to receive. Bam! Not awful control here with that Reaper, but it's not good enough to get anything, I think. Yeah, 4 links, always the good call here. Loses absolutely nothing. Rush distance on this map, of course, is a little bit larger. Also represented in the Reaper rush times. Sometimes the actual rush distance of the map doesn't matter if the Reaper has like a shortcut, but on a lot of these maps that's not actually the case. We do see a triple CC here, and this time around, what is it going to be? I feel like it's going to be a starport, no? Or yeah, starport. It's very far away though from everything else. Second gas going down before the Hellions. This is all pretty standard. Are we gonna see a tech lab on this and then the starport fly over? Or is this just going to be a Viking into a Liberator, or a Liberator into a Viking, or a Viking into a Battlecruiser, or a Viking into nothing, or a Liberator into nothing? First game, of course, was Lib into nothing, straight into those 10 Hellions. Really cool build that HeroMarine showed off there. I'm curious to see if it's going to do something similar once more. I do like repeating builds. If they worked once, you know, why not try it another time? It's going to be a Viking this time. Once again, definitely carry some risk here for HeroMarine. I mean, if he's going to get Roach all in and you don't have Banshees, that could suck. This is a third gas. It's going to be PC. Yeah, it's gonna be VC. Viking into Battlecruiser. This bad boy's gonna throw down a fusion core. Yeah, here we go. So this is a huge scout here out of Reynor. And we can now see a mistake that HeroMarine actually made. That is so funny. Look at this. So if HeroMarine had taken this gas as his first gas, then it would have been hidden that there was a third gas, basically. Because now he took it in vision, basically. It was the first gas that got scouted. It was a new gas that was being built. Really good for Reynor there. I think if he can count, and I believe that Reynor has the ability to count. He looks at this, he's like, okay, that was one. Then there was a new gas building over here. And then surely you have a gas in the main base, because that is a necessity in order to build your first Reaper. Now, Reynor isn't the brightest bulb in the box, but I do believe he can count to 3. So I think he figured it out. He's thrown down a Roach Warren right now, has a layer on the way as well. And it's actually a little bit of a sloppy error there out of HeroMarine. Just a basic mistake that you shouldn't be making. You absolutely should not be making it. If your third gas is this important to your build order, then you don't want to show that. You want to hide that as much as possible, and he didn't do that. Rookie move there, definitely a rookie move, and with potentially pretty bad consequences. It can be very small things like that end up being very consequential in StarCraft 2. Because we see the Roach Warren being thrown down, we have these spores building, perhaps at a too early time still, but I think it's going to be fine. It's like, what, they went down at 5:10, 5:15. They'll at least finish a solid 20 seconds before the BP finishes up. This is still going to go into a 5 rack, so it's not Mech. I actually thought this was going to be Mech, but it's not Mech. It is just a standard battlecruiser, single battlecruiser into bio opener. I believe that whenever HeroMarine plays this, he actually goes into 8 racks behind it. So that's something we should be paying attention for. Have a look at. Here comes the BC. Is it going to be range upgrades or is it going to be melee upgrades? That actually is going to be a big thing here. 5 barracks on the way. Look at that. This is definitely going to be an 8 racks. Beautiful stuff here. Oh, I love it when my calls are correct. Absolutely adore it. It is going to be melee upgrades, and that's an interesting call. I think if Reynor was playing against Maru here, he probably would have gone for roaches. I think that's the case. I don't think he spotted anything. Maybe the Hellion count is too low, and that's his issue. Maybe he's seen some Marines, but Spire, okay. I think this is the incorrect call. It is so common for Terrans to actually go into 8 racks after they go for a single battlecruiser into bio, that playing a Spire almost always is wrong, I believe. Yeah, he cancels it as well. Almost like he can hear me. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, it makes no sense, because 10 Mutas don't actually fight very well. There's no point in having them. Battlecruiser tried to deny a little bit of creep, did not quite work out. That's of course one of the many uses of the BC, is that it can just deny creep very easily, which is just nice to have. It's great. Fantastic. And we have a lot of Marauders in production as well here, and we see double mine production. HeroMarine is so ballsy. He scouts roaches and it's like, you know what, I don't think I need tanks. I think I can actually get the job done here with just pure mines. And he's gonna build more mines. It's really crazy. This is kind of sick. If this was like a 1-1 roach attack or just 1-1 roach in general, I do believe that HeroMarine would be in a world of trouble. And I still believe that HeroMarine is kind of in a world of trouble, but for a different reason. And that reason is that his early game wasn't so tight here. I mean, it was tight, he just didn't get anything done with it. There's so many queens out. 11 queens here. 12th queen is on the way. There's a lot of transfuse available right now. 2-2 upgrades are about to finish up, maybe. I think... Oh, no, sorry, about to start is what I wanted to say, not finishing up. Unless he has like some instant upgrade cheat. I don't think it's gonna happen. There's a lot of units here in the natural, but there's also a pretty significant Ling Bane run by coming in right now. Here comes the BC moving in, and here comes an absolutely massive army. Oi, 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 oi. This looks interesting. Reynor going in for the surround. There's a lot of units. No stim though yet. Still no stim on half of these units. Medevacts are coming in. This is a hold here for HeroMarine, and this is not necessarily a hold yet for Reynor. Does not have the range attack upgrade here on the roaches, but is building a lot of them. 155 supply. Oh, yo, yo, bios are connecting there. That was very poor out of HeroMarine. No banelings, but these biles, if they connect, I mean, that is better. That actually is better because a bile is not a unit that needs to explode. HeroMarine taking a pretty significant lead here, I believe. BC is going to take out the top side 5th base. We have more units streaming in across the map. +2 is on the way as well over here. Now the first banelings are being built as these Ravagers are pretty much being blasted by the Bioforce. More and more queens being taken out as well. HeroMarine, I think he's just doing it. No, he definitely is doing it right now. Good control there with the Marauders, making sure that they would be the one to tank the baneling shots. Now drops again, gets a scan down, up, what is it, 10, 11 supply here on this map. And we have a lot more units streaming across as well. Where did the BC go? Did he lose it? He must have lost it to these 2 spores then, didn't he? Yeah, this spore has 1 kill. That is really sloppy because the BC is always useful. The damage output of it is pretty high. Definitely has some purpose. This wasn't the greatest, but I think this is a pretty big mistake here out of HeroMarine, fighting while half of his army is still streaming across the map. Once again starts pushing in. Hive is on the way for Reynor. Not so sure if it's going to be in time though for this major fight here. Mine in the back. Marauders have been largely taken out. There's still a lot of roaches. And now these Banes get connections on the Marines. Yeah, HeroMarine is being pushed back a little bit. I wouldn't mind if he skips 1 round of units for a 4CC as well. I mean, he has a lot of pressure on the map, but he needs to wait a little bit now because 2-2 is finishing up for his opponent and not for him yet. His armor upgrade is so far away. That feels kind of scary for him. More mines rolling in. Can we get connections? We can get connections, but not great ones. Banelings are getting connections and pretty darn great ones. There's 1k minerals in the bank currently for Reynor, 400 gas as well. It seems like Reynor is winning this game despite not spending all of his money properly. GG gets called. HeroMarine leaves the game. Reynor wins it and wins the series with it as well. Didn't see too much of the new patch. I mean, some delay on the Ravagers. Perhaps the creep spread was a little bit less good than we usually see out of Reynor, especially near that 4th base. But anything else, yeah, we had the Ultra Cavern on the way. Felt like these games ended too quick for us to really get into the nitty-gritty stuff in the late game. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye-bye.